Hey, Larry, Tony Zarella, Cleveland 19. I know a lot of things go into a stat like this, but with Jose starting, I think the number now is 23-9. As you move forward and figure out how to use him in the playoffs, how much of a factor is age? Would that keep you from using him extensively?
No, I mean, it depends on how he feels. If he feels good, then, he plays. And that's with all of our players. If they physically are able to get out there. We know with Jose, we try to keep an eye on minutes when he does play. But if he feels good, yeah, we put him out there. And yeah, you're right. He's been terrific for us. He's been really, really, really good for us. And as I mentioned before, he's been the consummate pro. The way he's handled this situation with guys being out and then him starting, and when we get those guys back, he goes to the bench. He's just been just an unbelievable professional, and type of guy you just love to coach.
Coach Ron Potesta, the Sports Animal 1390, piggybacking on Calderon, can you speak of his performance defensively against Lowry, and how much do you think this team is now into the heads of the Toronto Raptors?
Well, I thought Kyle did a pretty good job on Lowry. Lowry's he's a tough guard, and guys like him, you just try to make it tough for him. We know that they're going to score, but we just try to make it tough for him, and that's all we ask Jose to do. I thought he did a really good job. Our coverages were really good versus Kyle and both DeRozan. DeRozan got away from us a few times, but for the most part, I thought we executed our coverages on both guys. And I can't remember the second part of your question.
How much do you think this club is in the heads of the Toronto Raptors?
I mean, I don't know. I just think, our last two meetings that we've had, with this team, we've gotten some very special performances. I thought Bron was really good once again tonight. I mean, a team like Toronto, I mean, they have, first of all, they've had a phenomenal season. So their confidence will not won't wilter at all. They know that they have had a good season, and they've beaten some good teams, and tonight was our night. I don't know if we're in their heads or not, but our approach with whoever we play, as I've said before, we're trying to develop a rhythm as we wind this regular season down and as we get ready for the playoffs.
David Benjamin, ESPN. Larry, you guys are 9-1 in your last 10 games. You still aren't fully healthy. Ty's still been sidelined. But there's only 3 games left in the regular season before the playoffs begin. 4 left? Whatever. Only less than a handful of games. There you go. Thank you. How important has this stretch been, no matter even how these Final Four games go, to allow you guys to figure out who you are heading into the postseason?
This has been a really it's been a really trying stretch, given prior to Coach Lou, taking an absence, given what we've already gone through this season, and we. As a team, you can only take so much. You can only take so much. And the way our guys have persevered through these last 10 says a lot about the character of this team. And certainly when you have a guy like LeBron who he has no quit in him. He was even more determined from what I saw. These last 10 games, because with what we've gone through, the things were stacked against us a little bit, but the fact that we we pushed on, the fact that we persevered on, and we were able to win 9 of our last 10. And that, to me, that just says a lot about the character of our team and the fact that we just have no quit in us. And I don't care what the situation is. Some nights we're not going to make shots. Some nights our defense is going to be better than others. But for the most part, we know that we've weathered storms throughout the season. And until we get our leader back, we would have to weather this storm. And that's what we did.
And just to follow up, is there any correlation between that character as a team and what you could potentially do in the postseason?
I still say we're only scratching the surface. I really do. I think we still we can get our new guys. We can get our new guys still. They're still kind of feeling their way through this. They I can look at their face and tell that right now they're just thinking. They're just trying to think of what to do and not reacting. They're not letting their natural basketball instincts take over. And when they get past that point, I think it takes us to another level. But certainly we recognize the fact that we have to be on the same page defensively, particularly in the playoffs. But I still say I think we're scratching the surface. There's certainly room for improvement in a lot of areas.
JoeVardenClean.com. I believe a happy birthday is in order.
You're late.
By a day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we hear that 60 is the new 50, so that's.
Way to tell everybody.
Well, anybody can look it up. In the last couple minutes of a game, when it looks like it's over, most of us start writing.
Right.
So, what happened in those last 30 seconds?
Well, I mean, it was really unfortunate, and I've been in that situation on both sides before. Okay, I just thought we got a little bit complacent. We got a little bit complacent. When I made the decision to get the starters out, I can't remember, we were up 12 or 13 or 14 or something. We're a little under 2 minutes to go. And I thought that was the right move to getting those guys out who had played the whole game. And then we came in, and we did not, we didn't handle our business. We got a little complacent. We were very casual with the ball. We allowed their pressure to speed us up, and we made bad decisions. And that's what did it. And they cut it to 4, and I had to bring our starters back, which I really hated to do, but. We have to learn from it. We got to be better. We got to be better in those situations. I mean, those guys that play a full game, and I really felt that the time that I took them out of the game, had we been a little bit more sharper, we would have closed the game out. But we got a little bit complacent, and that's what happened.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Larry, how much of the decision to start Jeff Green had to do with his defense the last time against DeMar DeRozan, and was part of the strategy? I think it was for a bulk of the first quarter, if not the whole first quarter. He didn't have a point, but he had 4 or 5 assists, so it was part of the strategy to make him more of a facilitator.
Well, we would rather see him assisting than scoring. And, you're right. Jeff did a pretty good job on him the last time we played him. For matchup purposes, that's the reason why we elected to start him. DeRozan is, he's an all-star, and he can. But once he gets it going, he is very hard to turn off. And the one thing that we wanted to do early was to try and make it tough for him, and not let him get off to a fast start. And we did that. We did that. But like any tough score, you've got to try and you got to try to discourage him early. And I thought tonight, early in the game, I thought we did a good job with that.
Ashley Bastock, Metro Networks. Coach, Kevin's done a good job all year of taking advantage of mismatches at the 5. But with Jose on the court with him tonight, how do you think that maybe allowed him to take advantage even more?
It's funny you mentioned that. Kevin actually came to me during one of our timeouts and mentioned the fact that with Jose on the floor and some of the things that we do run, particularly like the pick and roll, how Jose does a good job in setting his man up before he comes off the screen, which allows Kevin to get to get a body on Jose's guy and get a better angle in screening him. And Jose is just a guy. He just knows his position. He knows how to play his position, and he's not quick. He's not fast. He doesn't do a lot of things out on the court that are very sexy, but he just gets things done. And little things like that, big men have an appreciation for, because Kevin knows that if he sets a good screen on Jose's guy, chances are he's going to be open. And so the two of them out on the floor, they really mesh real well. Jose and Bron, the combination that we threw, some of the pick and roll stuff that we ran, we were very successful with. And the other thing that I really like about Jose is that he's not afraid to get his body when it comes to where he has to set the screen on a big guy. He's not afraid to take that blow, and so it makes it. I won't say it makes it simple to run our offense, but we know that when it comes to setting screens, if Jose is involved, we know he's going to try to get his body on the guy, and that's something that we really encourage from all of our perimeter guys.